Hello everyone and welcome back to Gameshow Grand Prix. It has been a hot minute since the last time we recorded this, but I am delighted to be back with Gear 3 Gaming and Real C Whitfield, Chris Whitfield, Jack and Chris. How are you doing, guys?
I've just found my glasses. Hooray!
Fantastic, fantastic. Now you'll be able to see. That's always a good start.
I'm gonna see my way to victory in today's competition.
All the better to see you with, my dear. Talking of Real C Whitfield, how are you doing?
It's been 84 years.
It certainly feels that way. I'm interested to see, actually. I'm interested to see if you guys have kind of, I guess, got more knowledgeable in the racing world in the last year and a bit since the last time we recorded this. Because, like,
no, I've learned less. I know less than I know before.
Less.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been living under a rock with Patrick Starr for a year or two, or however long it's been since we last did this.
It's all in there. It's all in there, kind of stuck inside your noggin somewhere. You just need to access the data. Anyway, to help you access the data, I've prepared a little quiz. Today we are playing Name That F1 Driver. So I'm going to be reading out clues. There are 6 clues in total for each of these drivers, and the trick is you want to jump in when you know the driver, but not too soon, because if you can't have 2 guesses in a row. So if I read out the first clue and you guess Jack, for example, and you get it wrong, then Chris would have the next guess whenever he knows it. So, you know, whether that takes him 2 or 3 more clues doesn't matter. And only after he's had another wrong guess can you guess again. So it's kind of a balance of, you want to do it early but not too early.
So so you don't want to do it too early and then get it wrong. But if you if you go early and get it right, that's good.
Absolutely. And obviously if neither of you get it, then we go womp 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 and move on. Radio.
How do we buzz in? Like, do we just go like?
Sure. I guess I'll be able to see which of your Discord things lights up.
I mean, I'd rather not, to be honest, because that just hurt.
Right. Let's why
punch your hand off?
Why don't you put something in the Discord chat? Because I can always see kind of whose message comes up first on that. So if you both put, like, I don't know, like a full stop or an eyes emoji or something like that in the chat, then I'll be able to see whoever posts theirs first. Ricardo.
Yeah, I need to get to do it.
Chris has just posted Ricardo Tosser, and that's a reference that I'm sure some of the more racing-minded people will get. Jack has posted the Lenny face. That's called the Lenny face, right?
I'm pretty yes.
I learned that the other day.
That's what I searched to get it anyway. Yeah.
Jolly good. Right. So, fingers on tossers. This is the first one. And they're
Fingers
going
on tossers. I think that's another website entirely.
Let's try that again. This is the first one. They're going to get progressively more difficult. So the first few you should all know, and it's all going to be about kind of who gets it first. And then the later ones are going to be about, do either of you actually know that? But we'll see. Okay, so for the first question, this driver was born in Belmont, England. That's the first clue. He began his racing career in minis, where he was denied entry to his first race due to his car having too many irregularities. He is a world champion. And this next bit is a quote. And all I can say to that is bullshit. Neither of you got it from that?
Ding!
Chris, remember, put something in the chat. Put something in chat. That's your buzzer. Ding, there you go. Okay, Chris?
That would be James Hunt.
James Hunt, there you go.
1 point to him. I would have gotten that wrong, but anyway.
Did you not know that that quote? I thought that was a famous one.
Not James Hunt's most famous quote. I'd say there's a couple that are slightly more famous.
Okay, so that's 1 point, Chris. On to
Hooray.
question 2. Remember, your buzzers are putting something in the Discord chat. So whoever types something first gets to answer first. Right.
Yeah.
Question 2. First clue is this driver was born in Kobe, Japan, which I seem to have written as Kapan. I think my finger was stuck on the K. He was once sponsored by Clearly Canadian. He started racing so late, he didn't know what a pit stop was until he was in his 20s. He never scored a point in F3000, let alone F1. Chris has posted it. One? Yeah.
Oshio Suzuki?
No. So Jack gets the next guess. Jack, do you want to make a guess, or do you want me to read out the next clue?
Next clue, please.
Okay. He is renowned for being strangely magnetic to course vehicles.
Oh, Inoue.
Taki Inoue, you're absolutely right.
There you go.
But you see, this is the strategy. You want to get it as soon as you know it, but if you do it when you're not quite sure, you can do what Chris did and leave the goal wide open for the other person. So, that is...
Yeah, I own gold that one.
Fair enough. I'm surprised you didn't get that one, actually, because you're a big Taki Inoue fan, right, Chris?
Everybody is a big Taki Inoue fan.
Absolutely.
We all appreciate some Taki Inoue in our lives.
I was considering putting something in there about having an award named after him in Random Earth and Race Views, but I think that would just be rubbing it in. Right.
The world-renowned series.
The world-renowned series. Okay, question 3. I would say where this driver was born, but it would give it away, as he's the only driver from his country. He is a winner of the FIA Personality of the Year. He won 1 Grand Prix, but could have won more. There are memes depicting his car as gigantic.
Oh.
And Jack.
Robert Kubica.
Giga Kubica, there you go.
Woo! There we go.
Jack takes the lead. Right to you.
But as soon as you said gigantic car, that's game away.
I knew it would be.
I knew it would be. The BMW M8, but the BMW M8 has never raced in Formula 1, so it had to be Robert Kubica.
It tends to be that the 4th or 5th clue are going to really give it away. So keep your minds open for those. Okay. We're starting to get into the tougher ones now. Question 4 is the first of the ones where I'm like, this is going to maybe take them a little while, but let's see. Okay. So, this driver was born in New York City in the USA. He is inducted into the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America in the sports car category. Chris.
Oh no.
Peter Revson.
Peter Revson, that was quick! Wow! I'm surprised. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
The heir to the Revlon fortune.
Yes. What gave it away?
He was born in New York.
Yeah, well, you see, with the American races, I wouldn't have expected us to know, like, exactly where they were born. But, well done, Chris. That was really good.
And, actually, I'm curious to see what the other clues were.
The other clues were, he started on pole at the Indy 500, but never quite managed to win it. He won 2 Grand Prix, both in 1973. He died in a testing crash in 1974, and his initials are PR. And of course, as we've already said, that would be Peter Revson. Moving on to question 5. Right. This driver was born in Pescara, Italy. He has competed in Formula E, so a bit more of a modern one. He started 252 Grand Prix. He is famous for being a better qualifier than a racer. He is a Monaco Grand Prix winner.
Oh, I should know this.
Chris?
Jarno Trulli?
Jarno Trulli. Again, I knew that clue would give it away, but you've taken the lead, Chris. Well done. I was surprised.
I was looking for the name, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to me. Anyway.
I was surprised by how poorly Yano did in Formula E, actually. He got that pole at Tempelhof once, but in his other races he was really struggling.
He was a bit past his prime by then, though, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean...
Like, yeah. So this would have been, like, what, 15 odd?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, around
2015 was when he got his pole, but...
Yeah. So, yeah, he would have been, like... He'd been around a while by then, so... I mean, he must... And bear in mind, like, I think... As far as I know, like, the early Formula E cars, they weren't the easiest things to drive, apparently, because...
No, they weren't.
I think they had quite low grip, so either you clicked with it or you just didn't really. So, yeah. And, like, even if you think, like, Felipe Massa, he was a bit past his prime when he raced in Formula E, and the cars aren't the easiest to drive, so he didn't really do all that well.
He did a lot better than Trilly, though.
It's better than Trilly, but, you know... It's kind of like hit or miss, you know. So you could have the best driver in another formula, and they won't necessarily do well in Formula E.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, there are quite a few examples of that.
Jean-Eric Verne is probably the opposite of that, though. So he didn't really. It wasn't like he didn't, blow the world away in Formula One, but in Formula E he's done really, really well. So
he was underrated in F1. Anyway, this is question 6 now. Right. This driver was born in Colorado Springs in the USA. He is significantly better known as a champ car driver. His only F1 start was at the 1968 US Grand Prix. He won Pikes Peak 10 times, which incidentally is the most of anyone. He is a 3-time winner of the Indy 500. Chris?
Uncle Bobby.
Yes, Bobby answer. So Chris, you are now 2 ahead of Jack.
I didn't know Bobby Unser raced in Formula One.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, he only had 1 Formula One start, which technically qualifies him for this Name That F1 Driver quiz, although it is a little bit cheeky, so I'm really sorry about that, Jack.
That's very niche. Anyway, no, but that props to Chris for getting that, though.
It was the Olsenite Eagle, I believe, that he drove in 68, right?
It may well have been an Eagle. Let me look that up. Of course, he also intended to start the Italian Grand Prix that year, along with Andretti. It was going to be both their first starts. But they were disqualified because they were racing in America at the same weekend. They thought it was dangerous to have drivers, running on no sleep at all or whatever. Anyway, he actually started that race in a BRM P138. So not an Eagle, but still a very nice looking car. Question 7. This driver, again we're on another niche one, so sorry. But anyway, This driver was born in Milan in Italy. He was one of the first drivers scouted through a talent program, being selected by FISA directly. He won several non-championship Grand Prix, but only 1 World Championship Grand Prix. Chris?
Corrado Fabi?
No. Corrado never won a Grand Prix. I don't think he was on a podium, but anyway. So, Jack, do you need more clues?
Yes, please.
Okay. This driver raced for Ferrari, Lotus, and Brabham, among other more minor teams. He is the only driver, apart from Farina, to win his first World Championship Grand Prix. Do you need...
Supposed to be scouted by a talent program.
Yep, being selected by FISA directly.
FISA... Ferrari, Lotus, and Brabham.
There's one more clue if you need it, but if you get it, if you guess and then get it wrong, it goes straight back to Chris.
One more clue, please.
Okay, finally. His initials are GB.
GB.
So just to remind you, he was born in Milan, one of the first drivers scouted through a talent program, FISA directly, won several non-championship Grand Prix, but only one World Championship Grand Prix. He raced for Ferrari, Lotus and Brabham and more minor teams, and he's the only driver apart from Farina to win his very first World Championship Grand Prix.
GB. No, sorry. Got nothing.
Okay, Chris, do you know it?
He's gonna know it, of course he is.
Chris, you there?
Oh.
GB.
Oh, by the way, I should have put a reminder at the start, but you guys aren't allowed to use Wikipedia or anything like that.
Oh, I'm not using any kind of things. This is strictly my noggin here.
Good, thank you. Sorry, just had to remind you. I'll give you 5 more seconds.
Giorgio Bandini? I don't know.
No, sorry. Giancarlo Baghetti.
Ah, yes.
And Jack, you should know that from your video on Porsche in Formula 1, because when Dan Gurney finished second at the French Grand Prix, it was Giancarlo Baghetti who pipped him by less than a second.
Way.
And I'm pretty sure you put that in the video, didn't you?
I put the fact that he finished second in the video, but I didn't remember the race winner.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
That, again, very mean one, very niche, but that does keep the score absolutely level with 3 to go. So, Jack, you could still win this.
Yeah. Wait, 3 to go.
Yep. I've only done 10 questions for this one. It's a short one.
Gotta nail these next ones in the zone. Come on, let's go.
Okay, I think some of the next one I haven't looking back at them, I haven't really put them in the order of like most well known to least well known or anything like that. So I think some of the ones remaining you guys should know probably. Right.
Okay.
Okay. On to driver number 8. This driver was born in Sweden, and I didn't put the town name because I was going to mispronounce it. He manages several other racing drivers, such as Scott Dixon and Felix Rosenqvist. He has won the Le Mans 24-hour. He's famous for never quite managing to win a Grand Prix. He once hit a deer, and his... Do you guys need the initials?
Yes.
Probably.
And his initials are SJ. Social justice. I thought I'd have given it away already.
Oh,
Chris.
he knows.
I do.
Go on.
Stefan Johansson.
Stefan Johansson, there you go.
Oh my gosh, I should have known that.
Now, that means that that Chris is the winner of the game, but we're going to do the final
what?
2. We're going to do the
That's
final
pathetic.
2 points.
I can't believe I only got 2 so far. That is rubbish.
You could only lose by 1, which would feel a bit better than losing by however many you would otherwise lose by.
Oh, this is so pathetic.
Aww. Admittedly, Jack, I think I was expecting you to know the first few a bit more, so the later ones are more kind of ones that I thought Chris would know. So, sorry.
Yeah. I've under-delivered. Oh no.
It's okay.
Below expected performance.
It's not that you've under-delivered, it's that Chris is a nerd.
That's right.
I can't even admit.
Nerd. You can't be on the popular table because you're a nerd.
Or to quote Revenge of the Nerds, nerd. Yes.
Anyway, well done, Chris. We're playing purely for the fun of it now, because I have two drivers left. Two relatively obscure drivers left, but we shall see. Okie dokie. Question 9. This driver was born in Okazaki, Japan. If you thought Okazaki, or a place called Okazaki, could be in any other country, of course. He is a video game fan, endorsing several F1 video games back in the early days of consoles. He had a lot more success in Japan, winning 5 top Formula championships. Jack.
Satoru Nakajima?
Indeed, Satoru Nakajima, well done.
Why?
Of course, nobody's watching now because they've already lost.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense of tension anymore, so everyone's being like, okay, bye.
The entire nation of Australia has stopped watching now.
Oh, okay.
Or have... No, they like their underdogs.
Guess that means we can just say anything now. I don't know. Smelly audience. I don't like them anyway.
Is there another question?
Right, final question. Final question. Come on, Jack. You can. If you get this one, you'll have only lost by 1. So...
Yeah, that looks better on the score sheet, so I won't lie.
It does. It makes it look a lot closer than it felt earlier on. Okay.
Right.
Question 10. This driver was born in Copenhagen, Denmark. He competed in just 5 Grand Prix. His best result was 11th. Before his F1 career, he won the 2003 F3000 race at Monaco, when the driver in front of him celebrated too early and slowed. I'm sure you've both seen the clip. He raced for Minardi and tested for Jordan. Chris.
Nicolas Chiesa.
Nicolas Chiesa, well done, Chris.
Oh.
6-4. Chris is the winner. 6-3. Chris is the winner.
6-3. 50% of the score. That is terrible. I do apologise, everybody. Yes.
Yes, technically,
Congratulations,
yes.
Chris.
Congratulations, Chris. You did end up getting over 50% of the score in the end. Of course, the reason it didn't go to 10 is because there was one that that neither of you got, the Giancarlo Baghetti one. But that does mean...
That one threw me off.
That does mean that Chris is our winner. So congratulations, Chris. You are officially a nerd.
Has Chris won this show twice now? 'Cause I think I won the first one. And
Potentially. It's been a long time.
One. So I remember I think I won the first one, I hosted the second, and then I think I've lost the 2 after that. So it's not great.
One of these days, we've got to tailor a quiz towards what you know, Jack. So
yeah.
Well, you could. I suppose that would be a double-edged sword, because first of all, it would give you a chance to shine, but on the other hand, it would be even more embarrassing if you still lost.
I lost. How about I design a quiz where Chris and I both compete, but Chris isn't allowed to answer, and I already know all the answers to the questions because I designed the quiz.
Sounds perfectly fair to me. We're doing it live.
We also gamble on that one as well. Like, can I win some of Chris's money on that one too? I reckon that'd be a great one actually. It's basically just paying myself with Chris's money.
I've just been back to the last episode of Random F1 Race Reviews. I didn't realise quite how long ago it actually was. I knew it was over a year ago, but I thought it was only just over a year ago. It was actually April 2020, so that's a year and 9 months ago now.
That's an entire pandemic.
An entire pandemic ago it was. God, wow.
A pandemic is a measure of time. Let's do it.
And Chris did indeed win that one. So sorry, Jack, you've been out.
I've only won one of these, and I've hosted the other one. This is all right. I'm winning the next one. I'm not. I refuse to lose. I'm gonna hit the books, study hard. Yeah, I'll spend all my time scrolling through the Radio Show Limited Facebook group and finding out all the niche knowledge I can. and yeah,
And
I'll
then
be
remembering
back.
I'm on it too.
And then Chris is, and then I'll still lose.
Okay, so
Anyway,
if you guys are wondering
fine.
what's going on in the future of this series, we don't exactly know just yet. I'm still intending for there to be rounds where other people come in and compete against us. Other rounds where maybe Jack hosts or Chris hosts or things like that. But I do also have a really interesting plan, which I'm not sure if it's going to be this series or whether it's going to be a different series, slightly or similar to this one. But it's going to be more kind of story based and a bit kind of like QI meets Puppet History meets Gameshow Grand Prix. So if you know any of those things, then you have a little bit of an idea of what it's going to be. But that's still in the works, and it's probably going to be a while. So for now, I just have to say congratulations, Chris, and we'll see you in the next episode. Guys, do you want to say anything before the video ends?
Check the link in the description and come watch my stuff too. Yay! No, good show.
Yeah. I'm gonna edit that
How
bit
can I
out
follow
because
that?
you lost. It's gonna be your punishment for losing. I'm joking. No forfeits here. No forfeits here. Although I am also gonna put Jack and Chris's detail. Well, not your personal detail. Your social media in the description. So you
My
can go and check
address
them
in the
out.
description below. You can come and visit me.
Yeah.
Don't throw any rocks at the house. That might smash some glass. I prefer if you didn't do
Go
that.
pet his dog. He's got a nice little doggy.
Pet the dog. Don't break into my house or anything. I'd like my house to remain unbroken into. But address, phone number, bank account details, all in the description below. Go check it out. You know the drill. That's it.
Fantastic. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time on Game Show Grand Prix, if we do another one, which I hope we do. Goodbye!